English Writing Skills, Punctuation Marks, Lesson 8. Practice. Punctuate the sentences correctly. 1. The statement already has punctuation marks, but not all of the punctuation is correct. Take a moment, make the necessary changes, and then I'll tell you the answer. Answer. There may be some argument over the need for a comma before the word whether. However, all will agree that commas are needed to separate the cities from the countries. If those are the smaller divisions, the larger divisions need semicolons. Listen. Movies like Phenomenon have universal themes audiences can relate to, whether they are in London, England, Bogota, Colombia, Moscow, Russia, or Tokyo, Japan. 2. Answer. People may fear what they do not understand. Furthermore, changes that happen too quickly often meet with resistance. Furthermore is a conjunctive adverb. We have two choices here. We can write two separate sentences, or we can make one using a semicolon. In both cases, we'll need a comma after furthermore. 3. Answer. George's most impressive ability is telekinesis. He can move small and large objects with the power of his mind. That second independent clause is an explanation. It explains or defines what telekinesis is. So I would suggest using a colon. 4. Answer. In Phenomenon, Doc fills a number of roles for his small town: doctor, friend, educator, and advisor. That list of roles is not really secondary information, it's explanatory. I see it as a list and an explanation. Which roles does he fill? For these reasons, I suggest using a colon. 5. Answer. George has a team of support to help him cope. He finds a friend in Nate, a lover in Lace, and a father in Doc. There's more than one way to punctuate this statement. Some might see a close relationship between the two independent clauses, and then choose to use a semicolon. I could see that second independent clause as an explanation, and suggest using a colon. However, remember what I said, we don't want to overuse these punctuation marks, and when in doubt, just leave them as two separate sentences. Also, remember, we only need semicolons to separate items in a series when those items have commas. That's not the case here. Six. Answer. George's and Lace's personalities are very different. Nevertheless, They suit each other well as a couple. Nevertheless is a conjunctive adverb. You can write two separate sentences or one using a semicolon. I also wanted to see if you remember how to use the apostrophe to show possession. We're talking about two personalities, different personalities. George has his, Lace has hers. Both names need an apostrophe S.
Let's review some of the punctuation patterns we learned in this lesson. Note, there is practice in Part 2. In addition, there is an interactive exercise on my website. How can I introduce or present this note? With notes and reminders, we can use a colon because then we go on to explain what is the note, what is the reminder. I could have two independent clauses, and I'll show that with periods, and I'll need a comma after my conjunctive adverb. Is there another way to write this? What else could I do here? It's possible to use a semicolon if you want. But again, don't overuse semicolons or colons. Now that you know how to use them, that's good, but you don't want to overuse them. You know there are variations, right? You might choose to simply leave it as two separate sentences, but this pattern is also possible. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and happy studies.
Please visit my website today at www.englishwithjennifer.com. You'll find study tips, interactive exercises, vocabulary videos, and more.